Yo, mi gente. The face of boxing title is up for grabs, but it seems like nobody wants to grab it.
Toma, huepa, chacho.
VIC SZN
Pa' que sepa, puñeta.
You already know what's up. This is the universal favorite to fight for in small nations. Thank you for tuning in to VIC SZN Sports, the number one source for combat news and creations. Now, if you're new to this channel, this is where I like to cover the most latest, greatest, and exciting fight news. While also elaborate my personal thoughts, perspective, opinion, so on and so forth. I also allow you guys to comment down below so you can express yourself and we can further touch up on the topic. If this is the type of content you're into, please don't hesitate to smash that like button on your way in and subscribe to your boy while you at it. Oh man, it's been a long day, bro. I'm looking crazy out here, and I don't even like getting shape-ups no more, bro. I'm just like, whatever. It is what it is. Bam. It is what it is, right? I don't really care no more. I'm at that age where it's just like, I'm just woofing. I think my wife tells me all the time that she just likes the natural look. I just like the woofiness. I'm like, all right, whatever. I just stay woofy then, whatever. But let's get to the topic, man. And I know there's gonna be a lot of diehard fans for a specific fighter that's gonna, want to argue back with me as I say this. But I want you guys to let you know. I want to let you guys know that this is my opinion. This is how I determine the face of boxing, right? And it's not to take away from no fighter. Canelo Alvarez is a legend. Canelo Alvarez is a legend. We can't take it from him. He's the most, I would say he's the most established fighter still active currently. Shout out to Canelo Alvarez, right? You got fighters like Tank, and I'm sure those are like the two fighters that kind of go at it, and a lot of people argue who's the face of boxing and who's not. Tank Davis, great, exciting fighter. I believe one of the most exciting fighters to watch today. So shout out to Tank Davis. Now, obviously, right? Obviously, Canelo Alvarez is the pay-per-view king. You know what I'm saying? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. He's the pay-per-view king. We still have a pay-per-view star in Gervonta Davis. You know what I'm saying? And he's like the most exciting fighter to watch right now. However, that's not how I personally like to determine the face of boxing. And a lot of people say that Canelo is the face of boxing because just of the long stretch of his career and how long he's been dominating the sport. But how I determine it is not so much of what you've done your whole career, but what you have done as of recent and who your opponent is. You know what I'm saying? The level of competition, who you're selecting for your opposition, and things of that nature, right? And I do believe that both fighters are kind of, they're taking away interest from me, at least, as a fan, a boxing fan in general. Because I'm a fan of both fighters. But I got to be honest with me being a boxing fan. And, I know everybody has their favorite. Canelo is very strong community in my community. We got a lot of Canelo fans in my community. And I get it. Canelo is like the greatest of this era, right? And he gets to do what he wants, and he earned that. But that doesn't help me. That doesn't benefit me as a fan, right? So I get it. Let him do what he does. He's going to continue having good performances, and most likely against competition that shouldn't even be in the same sharing the same canvas as him, right? That's just my opinion. Like Edgar Berlanga, obviously, I seen this coming a long time ago, but we seen that David Benavidez was more deserving of the match. Everybody's going to say that he didn't activate his mandatory. Edgar Berlanga didn't even have a mandatory to activate. Benavidez, they'll say that all he has to offer is 20 pounds. But, Canelo Alvarez offered 20 pounds to Mayweather. And Mayweather, he was much heavier than Mayweather. So I just feel like we can't continue making excuses for certain things. If you're a fan, you're a fan. And David Benavidez, I blame the lack of knowledge or business, I guess, in him activating his mandatory, if that's even a thing. I would think that what activates your mandatory is your immediate victory. Immediate after, like even when I search it up, immediately after you win a fight, a mandatory, fight, or not mandatory fight, a fight to be mandatory, is activated. But maybe there's another step to that he has to activate. And from my understanding, I would assume is that he has to put up a purse bid for the fight, and that's probably what he was supposed to do. He didn't do it. I'm not too sure. I blame it on the lack of, I guess, knowledge on that type of time. But what I don't understand is that, we have Canelo Alvarez who took in Berlanga, that it wasn't mandatory, and then it didn't need no purse bid because it ended up being a Canelo promotion anyway, right? I guess with PBC, you know what I'm saying? They did it with PBC and whatnot, so I get it, you know what I mean? But that it's evident the fights are being selected through what Canelo wants, and he earned it. Like I said, he earned it. I'm not taking away from what he's done and what he deserves for his career moving forward. I'm speaking out of being a boxing fan and what I would like to see and what I determine as the face of boxing. The same thing with Tank Davis. We didn't really want to see him against Frank Martin. Then we see a repeated cycle, and it looks like an individual by the name of Lamont Roach might get this fight. I don't even know why he's in the conversation. The Rayo fight was supposed to happen at 140, but then it was supposed to be, then they kind of switched up. Tank switched, I guess they wanted to be a catch weight where both belts might be on the line. Then now Gervonta Tank Davis just wants it at 135, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Which doesn't really make the most sense, even though it's his first fight, Rayo's first fight at 140, where he became a champion, right? But still, I get that Tank Davis is that money man right now too at that division, but that doesn't say the face of boxing to me. I respect why he's making the moves he is, and he paid the cost to be that boss as far as, being the money man goes. But I think just being the money man doesn't make you the face of boxing. I think there's a lot more that goes into being the face of boxing, and I truly believe the risk you take, you being a champion to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? Just like Canelo Alvarez, the champion, it should be you fighting the best and not, picking somebody out of how much they respect you. You know what I mean? I just don't like that idea, but I get it. It just doesn't benefit me as a fan. I would love to see these fights. But shout out to Canelo, shout out to Tank Davis. They both up there. But my prediction is that we're going to see these repeated cycles, right? And by 2025, we're going to have to start looking forward to the prospects coming up. And I think the ones that are going to, and not necessarily just prospects, but, people that's beyond prospects that are still there competing at a high level, but maybe not just as known quite yet, but they're pretty familiar with real boxing fans. And I think one of them are like Bam Bam, you know what I'm saying? We got Shushu Carrington, we got Keyshawn Davis, we got Pacheco, we got Zayas, we got La Roca, we got I think David Benavidez might, if he continues doing his part in the division he's staying at right now, when he stepped up to I believe 175, then he's, you know what I'm saying, I think he'll do good. I think he'll, if he was able to take out the winner of Better Beef and think, then I could appreciate that, because he's going after these big fights, right? But I would start recommending a lot of fans, if you want to put your hopes on any type of exciting fight, to start investing towards these younger fighters coming up that are looking to want to be great. And let's hope that they don't repeat this cycle where everybody thinks they're Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Or everybody thinks they're Canelo. Shout out to Canelo, and everybody thinks they're Tank. Right now, the only people that should get a pass is Tank and Canelo, because they are generating this type of money. However, I do believe it interferes with them receiving the title of the face of boxing according to how they're carrying it out. And that's just my take. This is the universal favorite to fight fans from all nations. Thank you for tuning in to VIC SZN Sports, the number one source for combat news and creation.
Toma, huepa, chacho, pa que sepa, puñeta.
Yeah, shout out to both fighters. Great fighters. Not questioning their legacy or whatsoever. I could give a damn, which I think regardless. But please be at least respectful in the comments. I know I got a lot of fans that are really passionate about Canelo and Blake. There's no way. And I don't really just determine the face of boxing. I determine the face of boxing on somebody that's continually wanting to chase greatness. Forget what the fans say. Forget what your opponent, how respectful he is. You're willing to face anybody according to the competition that they could bring you and how they can add to your legacy. You know what I'm saying? If they have some type of title, if they don't got a title, they got some type of, you know, so much momentum, so much, and then you're like, you know what, I want to kill that because I want to test myself. Everybody thinks this guy's this, that, and the third. I'm gonna challenge myself. I'm gonna take him out. You know, we hear last stuff with Canelo. He just said something else, like they said I'll never fight someone younger than me, and it's like, bro, literally nobody said that. He'll say something else like they said I won't fight somebody older than me, bro. Nobody's saying these things. I think he's creating a narrative to not, you know, to not feel guilty about his opponent selection. That's just my opinion, and it's not me hating, because I actually like Canelo Alvarez and I actually like Gervonta Tank Davis. I just, as a boxing fan, this doesn't do nothing for me according to their opponent selection. Now, shout out to Canelo Alvarez for giving someone like Edgar Berlanga an opportunity, because now we get to see how Edgar Berlanga performs moving forward, and if he's going to continue providing that same energy with the rest of these fighters that is not Canelo. Because sometimes it's just an opponent that brings the best out of you. Maybe someone like Munguia, Plant, these other fighters, if David Morrell comes back down, or David Benavidez come back down, maybe some of these guys don't bring the best out of Berlanga. We don't see the same type of Berlanga. We don't know. But I hope so. You know what I'm saying? So one thing I can give credit for to Canelo Alvarez is that he's creating a brighter future for these fighters for us to look forward to. So shout out to him. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Before you do, don't hesitate to drop a little something on my Cash App. Don't worry, we got to make sure to bless you with that cash back. While you at it, find that like button, smash that. Subscribe to my channel, past that. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you can bring that ass back. And that's that. Why? Because
VIC SZN got that flavor.
I love y'all. You already know what's up. Toma!